today is quite an exciting day. I think some of you guys might have thought that I was kind of sponsored by Line 6 for quite a while. I have said that's never really been the case. I've done like a couple of pieces of work for Yamaha in the UK, but never really directly with Line 6. But today is a new day, and this is the 25th anniversary of the Mean Green Machine, and I think this is a really important pedal, and I think it's a really cool thing. I actually never had one when they were sort of in their heyday. It was the sort of thing that would have been too expensive for me. And then I had a Pod XT Live, and that was kind of the thing that I kind of went all in with, and I used to use that in full cable method. So I kind of skipped the DL4 Love, but I asked my wife, who was touring in a pop punk band at the time, like what she thought of the DL4. So I've just asked her, what do you think of when you see this?
Yeah. And
you said?
I think of a DL4.
Then you said?
DL4, because it's 8-bit delay. That's what you want me to repeat, and it reminds me of that math rock band that I can't think of what they're called, where he uses like 4 of them.
Lost Profits.
What is the band?
Minus the Bear.
Yeah, Minus the Bear, that's what I think of.
Interesting. So, the pedal that you've definitely seen, I can remember seeing adverts for these in, Total Guitar, Guitar Techniques and Guitarist. It's the 25th anniversary, so what are Line 6 doing for it? They've actually issued a silver 25th anniversary version. Well, this is what I know about anyway. So I'm opening it here for the first time. The DL4 Mark II a little bit, and check out some of the tones. But really, it's just about sort of celebrating the 25th anniversary of what I think is probably the most legendary delay pedal there is, right? Certainly the most legendary digital delay. I think the Strymon timeline has followed very much in the footprints of the DL4, and that might have usurped it by this point, but still there is that kind of huge legacy with this. So
this channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
The DL4 Mark II, it's got a mic input here, so that's really quite unique in the delay world. MIDI, we've got a micro SD card for saving bits and pieces, input, output. Yeah, it's quite a clever piece of kit actually, and USB-C, looks quite pretty. In terms of size, there's your comparator, but more importantly, can be powered off of your basic 500 milliamp 9 volts. So let's dig in, check out some tones. So I think if you're going to be thinking about the DL4, luckily they've included this little cheat sheet, which is quite crucial and something important to point out that's not on the box and stuff, but you've got like a bunch of great reverbs as well. So you've got the Glitz reverb, which is my favourite or most used reverb in the Helix. You can essentially run your delay and reverb at the same time. Right, so I've got... Pull up dual delay. I think I didn't even realise this myself. So we've got dual delay thing going on there. So for the dual delay, right, let's turn up the repeats. But that's like how I would probably run that. So if I was to add on a secret reverb, hold legacy button and turn to get the glitz. Hold legacy button and turn. And it'll be underneath, is it harmony? Now I've got delay and reverb. That's a... So that's definitely a plateau. And then my reverb mix. So tweak effects. We could even get like Particle Verb, which is this one, I think. And then if I wanted to save that, I need to go hold the currently selected switch to save. Okay, and then that's that saved. So not just your delay pedal, you know, it's like, okay, I've got reverb now as well. And obviously you've got like 3 particular settings that you could have. Let's just take another little look at some of the other sounds in there, like glitch. And like obviously you can then add that in with your other elements. You're just going to need to do like a little bit of memorization, right? The tweak and tweak, well, I mean, memorize or just keep your cheat sheet with you at all times. There are 3 included. So glitch, delay, or tweak is the amount of pitch. just such cool sounds, you know, not typical kind of, well, of course it can do your kind of typical stuff, but equally it's doing, you know, way more than that as well. Cosmos Echo, so this is your... your classic Elephant Man. Harmonies as well. Where's that harmony delay? You know, it's got a lot of capability. So of course it has all of the stuff that the old, whatchamacallit, can do. This is the legacy stuff, so if you go around you can do all that. But I think it really, I mean, I'm just reminded going through this about how capable this is as a unit. And for me personally, I don't necessarily even believe that Line 6 are making, like, when you hear them in isolation, necessarily the most high fidelity or best quality verbs or delays or anything like that, but they're the ones that I think work best for me in a mix. And I've tried using other stuff and it may sound great isolated, but it's just too much when I actually hear it in a track. I don't know if any of you guys have anything similar, but the Line 6 stuff for me really works very well. So I'm quite glad that this little pedal exists, because actually I think this is kind of the perfect thing for me, where I can step outside of using the HX Stomp or the HX effects and still have the familiar delays and reverbs that have become part of my sound now, but I can access them without having to go through the modelling thing as well.